Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are barefaced, we are ready, we were going in for the Halloween tutorial. Yes, if you could not tell by the title, we are doing a Morticia Addams Halloween tutorial. Now this isn't that far off from my normal everyday basis look, so my costume was very easy to come across, adding that in there. Also I want to add, guys, we are in tour link in description. All my social medias are down there as well if you want to go check all that out. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. Let's just get right into the video. I'm going to start with foundation. Actually, no, I am going to start with brows. So, gotta get those on point brows. Her eyebrows are darker than mine. I'm gonna use this Perfect Brow Pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Granite. It is obviously dark brown black, so Granite. Zoom you guys in a little bit. Bring it just a little closer. Okay, super high arched brows. That I can do. I sort of am just kind of basing this off of my normal eyebrows, but just a little higher arch. Very similar to like my tadpole eyebrows years ago, but like the upgraded version. So I'm just kind of following my brow bone and going with the flow of things. Just like super small little strokes. Also, I feel like this is like one of the easier Halloween costumes if you guys follow. Next eyebrow, and obviously when we're done with our eyebrows we are going to clean it up with concealer, so do not worry about that part. Small stroke, just essentially like if you don't draw your eyebrows on like mine, maybe get like a black eyebrow gel or something like that. You could probably even use some eyeshadow. There are many ways you can achieve said black intimidating eyebrows. Now I'm going to go in with the Becca First Light Concealer. I'm gonna pop some of that on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take a flat top concealer brush. This is just going to be for me to clean up my brows and make them sharp. Also, I feel like she most of the time has very thin eyebrows, so we're going for that. So eyebrows done, I think. They're pretty good. They're sharp. They're pointy. They look like they could cut someone. For now, we're going to move on to the eyes. Most of the time, I see her with like a black cut crease. So I'm going to be taking this Pop Beauty Eye Magnet Primer, and I'm going to apply this on my eyes. I have two of those. And use my finger to blend that in a little bit. Mainly for the eye look, I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. So I'm going to take the shade Slate, which is this gray shade, on just like a fluffy blending brush. This is our transition color to our brow. So I'm not going to put that much, just enough to where when we do the black, it's not so harsh. So we're just focusing this basically on our crease right above it to just under our brow bone, and then also sort of blending it out towards our temples. Then I'm gonna take a brush that's more suited for kind of tight little spaces. I'm gonna take the shade Noir, which is this black shade. You don't have to use this palette, obviously. Just like black and grays is basically all you need. But we are going to pop this in our crease and sort of connect it in the corner over here. And then windshield wiping motions back and forth. Just very, 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 very small circular motions. Once the pigment is there that we want, I'm gonna go ahead and take the brush we used before with the color Slate, and I'm going to sort of blend those two colors together. So taking that brush with whatever product is left on it, I'm going to just blend the two together a little bit, just on the edges. And then I'm gonna repeat that on this eye. So again, with the shade Slate. We already did that on that eye. We're gonna go back in with the shade Noir and pop that in our crease. When you're doing anything with black eyeshadows, you want to be very careful because to always add more. Can't really take away, because if you want to try to take away, you gotta wipe everything off. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody does. So I'm gonna go back in with that Becca First Light concealer. I'm gonna pop a little bit on the back of my hand, go in with that flat top brush, and we're gonna create a very defined cut crease going on over here. So you're basically just starting in the front area. Actually, I'm actually gonna take a more rounded brush for this, I think. This is just a Real Techniques concealer brush, I believe. I think this might, yeah, this will work a little better when you're trying to create more round surfaces or round lines. Then I'm gonna go ahead with the shade Fresh, which is like this very natural white shade. And this is going to go where we just put the concealer, just to kind of set that, create a better sort of surface area. And then I think I'm also going to take the shade Cyborg, just to add a little glam to this. I mean, she's already fabulous and glammy, but we want some sparkles going on in here. I'm gonna go back in with that brush we used, is the shade Noir, and I'm just gonna clean up those little lines that maybe the concealer got over. I'm not dipping back in product, I'm just using what was left on the brush. What is left on the brush, I'm also going to feather in the corner of our eye with that black shade as well. And then I'm also going to take a very small eyeliner brush and that black shade as well, and I'm gonna create a very soft line above my lashes. She doesn't really have eyeliner, but there is like a sort of defined line there. And this also helps sort of hide the false lashes. So I'm just doing this by patting down. I'm not really doing any wiping motions. Then I'm gonna go back in with the shade Fresh on a fluffy sort of blending brush, and this is going to go right above that black and gray shade, and we're just gonna blend this a little further into our brow bone. And then also take Slate again, just to blend it a little more. She also has a very like rounded eye, so I'm not really gonna cut that much off. Normally I would like a straight line, but that's not her look. I am, however, just gonna take a makeup wipe and just dust away any fallout. I know you're all gonna make the joke, boy, on my face. I don't want in my foundation. I'm going to curl and add mascara on my lashes. Do that next. This part always literally terrifies me. I don't know why, to this day it scares me. For mascara, I'm going to be taking the Milkish mascara. Just gonna pop some of this on real quick. Make the weirdest faces. Why do I have to open my mouth like when I put on mascara? Does it help? I don't know. Probably not, but I'm still gonna do it. You know I had to do it. You know I had to do it. You know I had to do it. So I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm going to move on to foundation. Luckily, we are pale enough to where I could just use my normal foundation. So I'm going to take the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in 1C0. Put a little bit on the back of my hand, a small amount, and dot that all over my face. Gonna do some blending. This is just like a Morphe blending sponge brush thing. Next, I'm gonna go back in with that Becca First Light concealer, and I'm going to conceal my under eye bags and any other places where I want a little extra coverage. So my nose, my forehead, my chin. This also sort of acts as like a highlight if you think about it, so why not? And I'm gonna use the same sponge to blend that in as well. Okay, now that that is done, we're going to set our face, our foundation, with the Derma Blend Professional Illuminating Powder. So I'm just gonna bake under my eyes. Essentially, that's it. And then I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and just dust a little powder on the rest of my face. Then I'm gonna go into the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. I'm gonna go into the darkest shade and I'm gonna contour my life away because she got some sharp cheekbones. Without pointiness. We want to be all of the queen. I am also going to snatch my nose. Did you really expect anything less from me? This is just how I normally do it. Then I'm also going to kind of carve this out too. Moving on to the rest of my eyes, we're gonna go back into the Sultry palette. And I'm gonna go back into the shade Slate and go right underneath my lash line and just sort of connect it to the top of my eyeshadow portion. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Noor and just very slightly connect the top and the bottom. I don't wanna blend it down too much. I want it to be pretty close to my lash line. Then I am gonna take the shade Cyborg and pop that on the inner corner of my eye. So for lashes, they're pretty natural. So I'm gonna take the Ardell Wispies and pop those on. The best trick I've learned for eyelashes is to kind of tilt my head back and place it right above where my lash normally lies. I also really like to use a tweezer. I think that helps with a little bit of that precision aspect. And then for my inner corners, I'm gonna take this white liner and, or for my inner waterline, I'm gonna line my eyelids to make my eyes pop a little bit more. We are going to then dust away all of this powder chilling on our face. I'm going to also add mascara to my bottom lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and do lipstick. Usually it's like a dark red. I'm using Berry Boost from Pixie Cosmetics. It's a liquid lipstick. Gonna have fabulous lips. The last thing we're gonna do, even though she doesn't really have much highlight, I'm going to take this Jeffree Star Cosmetics highlighter in Crystal Ball, and I'm just gonna take my finger and rub a little bit in, and I'm just gonna add that to the high points of my face. So cheekbones, you know, where you would normally highlight. And for the last step, which you've probably all been waiting for, I am going to actually have a wig snatched on my head. This wig in particular is from Weekendwigs. You guys are curious, and I'm going to scare myself right now, so. I have no comment. To make this wig look a little more realistic, I'm going to obviously part it down the center. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of concealer and I'm gonna go where my part is to make it look more like skin, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna take the same concealer we used, or the same concealer and the same brush we used to help out our eyebrow situation. Last thing I'm gonna do is pop in some contacts to make myself look a little more spoopy. This is super entertaining to watch, but I'm not gonna show you because it's weird and creepy. And that is the finished look. Also, my outfit consists of this long mesh sort of bell sleeve top and this skirt that's like a maxi skirt. Literally Morticia Addams, who like I should like da-na-na-na, 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 na-na-na-na. Yeah, we're spooky. Okay, no, I'm not gonna sing the song. Literally, I feel like this isn't even a costume. This is just me with black hair. But this is my take on Morticia Addams, literal goth queen. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a very big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Leave a comment down below. All that fun stuff. If you made it all the way to the end, leave a little black heart emoji so I know you made it this far. And right now, I'm gonna go scare Frank with black hair. Bye.